If you think that you are smart, but however, you are not able to get the results that you're looking for or not even able to execute the plan that you have created, then this video is for you. Now, let's understand one thing. If you see around you, most of the times, the most successful people or even the people who get things done are actually not the smartest or not even smart enough as compared to, a lot of other people. Now, in my own experience, let me share this briefly. I used to think that I really need to be smart in order to get things done. And I was around people and I was fed with this kind of information. It all depends on what kind of company you keep. I was fed with this information. I was for sure, if I have to, get things done, if I have to be the execution pro, the master, and become successful in whatever I do, I have to be the smartest in the room. And I need to be more intellectual day by day. Now, here is the fact. It's a hard fact or whatever you may call it. The brutal truth is being intellectual and being intelligent are two completely separate things. If you think that becoming more intellectual will actually help you execute more stuffs or become successful, you have a completely different wrong idea about it. So let's look at the basics first of all. Now, in order to understand this and also to, understand what you can do instead, okay? The fun fact is you don't have to be smart enough. You don't have to be the smartest in the room to get things done, to get the results that you're looking for. So that's a great news. Now, what can you do? Now, before we get into it, let's look at this example, which was, the study was done by the University of Minnesota, and they studied a group of people for over 20 years or so. And what they found out was same time very concerning and funny as well, because they found out that IQ has no correlation with the goal completion or the execution of the tasks. What they actually found out was one simple trait, and we'll come to that. Now, here's what's actually happening inside the brain of a smart person, whatever you may, put in the definition of a smart person. You can call it the smart person's trap, which they themselves build. So what happens is, let's say whenever a challenge comes or whenever a hiccup or roadblock or failure or whatever comes in, instead of accepting that, they tweak their brain into thinking, okay, I'm upgrading, I'm pivoting from here. It is fine that you tell yourself that I'm upgrading, I'm pivoting, everything is fine. But before that, have you accepted the fact that this thing is not working? No. Why? Because it will make you feel small, and you don't want to feel small because you feel that you are the smartest. So instead of accepting it, it's like putting things under the carpet, Later on, you don't know how it is going to vent out. So what happens is they fall into the trap of deceiving themselves and running away from the fact. Why I'm saying this? Because in order for you to achieve something, first you need to accept what is working, what is not working, what are you good at and what you are not good at. Understanding where is what. In fact, let's call fact a fact, call spade a spade, like the idiom is there. So when you do this, you are not deceiving yourself. So you are not manipulating yourself. You can manipulate the entire world, but at least you are being honest to yourself. So when you are out of this trap, you start seeing that your brain starts working in a different manner. The way you feel, the way you make decisions starts happening in a different manner. The next thing what they do to themselves is this, fake reasoning or hiding behind perfectionism. This goes hand in hand. Let's say if something is getting delayed or something is not working, they are not even starting it. They know they can start, but they are just waiting for that one moment. They are just waiting for, let me, enhance my more skills. Let me get more products. Let me get more stuffs. Then I will start. So they get stuck in the process. They get stuck to 90%, 99%, and they never break that shield of 99% to the 100%. Because if you remember, I keep saying that even if you are at 99% and you have still not implemented stuffs, you will not get to the result. It's as simple as that. It does not matter how it is. If you can execute it, just go ahead and execute it, and then you can modify along the way. So this trap is something that they create themselves and they get stuck into it. Now let's go back to our example of the University of Minnesota. You remember they found a trait, a common pattern which actually worked. So they called it implementation intention. That means whatever you are doing, the what is important, when you are going to do it and how you are going to do it. Being specific on this aspect is also important. Let's take a very simple example. I will exercise Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 a.m. So how? By going to the gym or by running outside or at home. So when you give the specific directives and you are setting an intention without any vagueness, things become way more easier for you to implement it. And they realize that this actually helped them build a system. It does not need to be a rocket science system, just a system. They are not coming out of perfectionism. They are not coming out of, okay, I want to do this, but I will do this later or this, that, no vagueness, just a system. Because execution and getting things done requires a system, not your wishes or not any kind of vagueness or not any fanciful stuffs. Simple, clear directives. And in order to do that, it becomes way simpler if you can ask yourself these 3 questions. Whatever it is, does not matter. The first one is, you remember the done code that I explained in the last video? If you have not watched it, go ahead and watch it somewhere. It is here, so go ahead and watch that video. Now, the first question you need to ask yourself, what does done look like to me? Not almost completed, not better, not good enough. What does done look like for me? It can be the same thing for you and for me. For me, the done can be different meaning. For you, it will be a different thing. So you have to first decide and define what does done for this particular activity or for this particular task look like to me at the end of it. And keep it very short, crisp in one simple sentence. The second question you need to ask yourself, what is the physical action that is needed in order for this to move forward? Not plan, not research, nothing. A physical action. What is the physical action that's needed for this to move forward? Write it down and do that first. And the third question you need to ask yourself is, what am I willing to stop or sacrifice in order to make this happen, in order to get this done? If you cannot answer this, okay, if you are able to do this without any kind of stopping anything or sacrificing anything or removing anything, well and good. But most of the time, that's not the case. And if you're able to answer this honestly, trust me, majority of your, invisible roadblock is already gone. Smart people think that they can have all these inside their head, and that's why they can never get things done easily. So if you are somebody who wants to get things done, first of all, answer these questions and write it down. And then you see what to be done, take that thing first and go ahead and implement. Here's the hard truth. The world does not reward intellect. What are you going to do with intellect? In the age of AI and everything, you don't need more information. Information is out there free, right? What are you getting from here? You are getting free information. What is needed and what will be rewarded by yourself and, the world, however you see it, is your execution, the output, the final result. Because if it is not giving you result, it does not mean anything. You can have great ideas, you can have great people around you, you can have great system, everything. But if you're not making use of it, if you're not getting it done, it's actually not done, isn't it? So if you think I need to be the smartest in order to get things done, then you need to rewatch this video again and start implementing stuffs. And if you feel that there are people around you who think they are the smartest and still not able to execute stuff, share this video with them and help them out. And if you have still not read my book, which is 7 Steps from Shame to Being Back in the Game, which is there on Amazon, go ahead, read this book, gift it to somebody because it's a highly implementation book. And I will see you soon in the next video. Namaskaram.